Okay, let's do this thing. Hello, everybody, and welcome to my AEW Dynamite, or I should say, New Year Smash review. Basically, this is the last AEW Dynamite that'll be on TNT. Rampage will still be on TNT every Friday, but this is the last night on Wednesday. AEW will be on TNT because next week they go to TBS. So I need to remember that because it will be on a different channel now. So I guess some would say this is the end of an era of being on TNT, even though they're only here for like what 1 or 2 years, so it wasn't really that long when you think about it. But with this being the last AEW on TNT Dynamite, I should say, um, we actually do kick it off with Excalibur and Tony Schiavone, basically, introducing a returning Jim Ross. JR is back. JR has been gone for several weeks now due to radiation treatment for skin cancer, and he did announce today that he is cancer free. So that is fantastic news to hear about Jim Ross being cancer free and being back on the commentary table. So great to see JR back on commentary. But then we get to the rest of this show because, man, I just spoke to my friend not that long ago. This was a mid-level show. First off, it's way too many tag team matches on this show, and that's damn near every show, whether it's Dynamite or Rampage. It's way too many tag team matches, and because we kick it off with a 10-man tag, and I honestly rolled my eyes when I first heard it. So we had the Jungle Express, Christian Cage, and the Lucha Brothers versus FTR, Matt Hardy, and Private Party. Matt Hardy has his HFO office guys. I did not know who this other bald dude was. It was John something. I don't know. Apparently he was on Dark. I don't know much of him. Like I said, I don't know his name all the way. I know it's a J Javon or something. John. I have to look it up. I just thought like, who's this bald guy out here with Matt Hardy and them and the Blade? And honestly, it's a 10-man tag. So this match is gonna be all over the place. Okay. Now, one would think it's telling a story since we all know who's going for the tag titles and whatnot in this entire match. But obviously, I just kind of thought Private Party was going to be taking a pinfall here because I'm like, well, it's not like they're really doing much anyways. I assume Private Party was going to take the pin, which it's kind of crazy about Private Party. And I said this to like 2, 3 people tonight. You look back to Private Party when they first debuted on this show in that little tag tournament, and they beat the Young Bucks. A lot of people thought they were going to be a top tag team around here in this company. But I look at them now, you kind of wonder, what was the point of that move now of them beating the Young Bucks? Because Private Party has gone nowhere, okay? And putting it with Matt Hardy has just done worse. So where is this going for them? I really don't know, because people thought they were going to be the shit 2 years ago. But now it's an entirely different ball game, okay? But this tag match, though, it ended up with, like, the Jungle Express and Christian Cage kind of arguing with the Lucha Brothers, especially, like, with Pentagon and them. Christian tagging himself in, basically being distracted by Pentagon, arguing with each other. FTR ended up hitting the Shatter Machine onto Christian Cage for the win. So, didn't see that coming, but still, did I really need to see a 10-man tag? Not really, but FTR got the win right here. Next, we go with a 6-man tag then. Eddie Kingston, Santana, and Ortiz, LAX there versus Everrise and Daniel Garcia. I thought this was supposed to be a New York street fight at first, but I guess I was wrong. Listen, once again, another 6-man tag. Well, just another tag in general. It wasn't bad or anything. I was surprised that Santana ended up taking the pin right here from one of the Everrise guys. Well, let me ask this question. The Santana Ortiz, when was the last time they really been in tag matches like that? Like, to be honest, because they rarely get any wins last time I checked. Or if they are with the Inner Circle, maybe they get some wins. But still, where do they really get any wins? But then right after then, Garcia and whenever I start beating the hell out of both, Santana Ortiz and Kingston in. Garcia got the ring bell. Kingston tried to stop him, but not Kingston, but Garcia ended up, taking him down. Garcia ended up, hitting Santana with the ring bell, which then Chris Jericho's music hits with his baseball bat. We haven't seen Chris Jericho in a while. I know he was hospitalized due to something with his voice and could not be able to sing while on his Fozzy tour. Honestly, Chris Jericho was late for this whole spot. What was even the point of it? You didn't make the save in time. They already beat up Santana, hit him with a ring bell. So, and this is what I feel like this is what it's supposed to do. Chris Jericho basically came out with his baseball bat. You know, he hit one of the Everrise guys. And it's almost like they only had him run out there so everybody in the crowd could just sing along to his theme song. That's all it looked like it was really there for. Because Jericho, you know, then he started arguing with Kingston in with the bat, and Ortiz tried to break both of them up. So, and whatnot. So obviously it's probably gonna be either a Jericho or Kingston match at this point. Someone wonder where's the rest of the inner circle for the save, huh? These guys never save each other. It's like, where's Jake Hager? I have no idea the last time I saw him on TV. And like Sammy Guevara, which we'll see him later tonight, which he was only there to do cue cards. Why wasn't he there to help? All he did was do his little cue card thing. I know he lost the TNT title, but still, where was he at, huh? Where was Sammy Guevara? Where was Jake Hager? Why didn't they come help make this save for the inner circle? Where were they? That's what I want to know. Sorry, I'm checking a message here real quick. Give me 1 second. But yeah, you couldn't even make the save on him. But next, though, they went to MJF with Wardlow and Sammy Guevara, Sean Spears in the back. MJF talking about the bidding war that's going to be coming for him soon, and talked about Wardlow, saying you need to collect some W's, so you need to be in this whole Revolution ladder match coming up to get a shot at the TNT title. But when you do win that, you have to give it to me. Basically, they brought in Mark Sterling, I guess a lawyer, saying what's his contract in the Pinnacle, that anything he wins goes immediately to MJF. So if Wardlow wins, he must give his title shot to him, whether it be the TNT title or the world title. So obviously it's going to be more dissension in the Wardlow right now. They're slowly still doing that. Christian and Jurassic Express are arguing with Penta and Phoenix. Basically, it's going to be a tag team title match next week on TBS, so that's going to happen. Wardlow then went against Colin Delaney, and at first I'm kind of saying to myself, Colin Delaney from ECW that was jobbing everybody, Colin Delaney, that's the same Colin Delaney. And, you know, I've seen him pop up in wrestling here and there for a few years now, jobbing. I know he was on, apparently he was on Dark Jobbing, and that's what he was here tonight. But I think he showed up in other companies, mostly just jobbing to people, though. So I'm just surprised Colin Delaney is somewhat still around in wrestling and whatnot. Because I'm like, Colin Delaney, I'm like, the same Colin Delaney from like 2006 Colin Delaney. Same dude. Still jobbing, folks. Still jobbing. But, yeah, Wardlow basically destroyed him. Power bomb, power bomb, power bomb, power bomb. 4 power bombs for the win. Delaney tried to leave, but Spears hit him with a chair. Wardlow basically was kind of pissed, you know, sending Spears to the back then. So, like I said, more dissension. Next, Adam Cole, the Bucks, and Red Dragon were in the back. Cole basically, you know, we want everybody to be cool. We can become the most dominant faction around here. O'Reilly, you know, sell to the Bucks, as the Bucks said O'Reilly didn't even say hi to us and whatnot. But then Fish said, you know, they need to speak alone. And Fish, you know, not Fish, but O'Reilly told Cole, listen, I know we got heat, all right? But it's survival of the fittest, and we need to remain as a group, as a faction. Factions are the ones surviving. He knows Fish has his back, but it's Cole do. So at least we have some memory and, in a way, continuity, because these guys tried to kill each other like 6 months ago on NXT in a big ass feud. Let's not, you know, act like that didn't happen. That was literally like a few months ago. Okay, it literally was a few months ago. So at least they remembering that. Next, probably the worst promo out of the entire night. Okay, and I got a lot to say about this. Dan Lambert out there with Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page. Basically, he's there talking about a promo. He's doing his little promo as usual. He's talking about Cody's crew. Talking about Arn Anderson. Used to guy I respect, but, you know, basically he's a suck up now. Who sucks up to the guy around here. Saying that he's a whore and whatnot. And he's just talking about all these guys. You know, just talking about Cody's whole crew. He starts talking about Brandy then. You know, you never knew Brandy that, you know, a Brandy that wasn't a stripper and whatnot. And basically, she wasn't currently a stripper, but apparently a wrestler. Talking about Cody, saying that's going to be a deal now with Tony Khan, and that we need to become, get opportunities because that deserving talent more than Cody and whatnot. And basically, this guy's talking about Brandy, just saying she's a stripper, whore, all this other shit. Brandy comes out and basically, puts on her black voice. So she pulled out her black card once again tonight, calling him like, this big bobble-headed, less talented version of Paul Heyman. Lambert saying, I'm more of a Jim Cornette guy, he said. And she told Lambert, like, how you ever been beat up by a woman without you having to pay for it and whatnot. And basically, he called her Bambi and everything. So, oh, sorry, I get my stripper names confused and whatnot. And then everybody watching wants to beat you up and stuff. And basically, what are you saying? Because everybody wants to watch, and he's gonna be the one to take her down. And he said that he's a black belt, and basically she says, "I'm a black bitch," and she starts taking off her shoes, getting ready to get in the ring. Dustin Rhodes comes out, tries to make the save, but even Paige and him take him down. And so, listen, this promo was horrible. Okay, both of them are. Brandy's just god awful. We've seen this before. Brandy trying to put on the black voice out there. Like, I'm like, she wanted to pull out her black card tonight, I see. Like, it just, none of these people sounded believable in this whole segment. Dan Lambert, he's usually not bad on these promos, but I feel like he's running out of material to some point that he's just going out there and saying anything. I get he's there to get heat and whatnot, and it usually works in his favor. And because he usually comes out and cuts one of these truth promos and pisses off the AEW fans most of the time. And it usually works. But now it's just almost like it's a running long sentence with him just talking and talking and talking without ever actually, getting to the actual point of what he's saying and whatnot. It's some good shots here and there. And here's the weird thing about this too. Aren't both of these factions supposed to be heel? We know Cody isn't a heel technically, and they haven't turned it yet. But last time I checked, Brandy is a heel, okay? And you're arguing with a heel out there. So aren't both of them heels? When you think about it, just really think about that. They're both heels out there. So where was this gonna go? And it's just so much to say about this segment. Okay, it was that bad. It really was that bad out there. Like I said, Lambert, I just feel like he's run out of promo. Brandy is just not good in general. Okay, and this shit, and it showed. It showed. I'm sitting like, is this even being delivered well? Like, they're trying, but I'm surprised they let this segment even go on. So this is the worst segment of the night. Okay, this was the worst segment, but it was one of those worst segments. It's so bad you got to sit there and laugh at it at the same time. Because listen, my co-host didn't see it tonight. I told him, go watch it, Okay, just go watch it, and you'll see how bad this is. All right, all right, it's that bad. Like I said, and I look at Lambert and Brandy. Like I said, none of these guys, I know they put Paul Heyman out there, but listen, none of these people are Paul Heyman. None of these people are Jim Cornette. They probably would get destroyed by both of them on the microphone if necessary. But this shit was just, it was bad. It was just really, really, really bad. But Brandy, man, I don't know. I just had to sit there like, what am I going? Where is this going? Where is this going? It's apparently going to a title match this Friday on Rampage for the TNT belt, but I just had to sit there and said, where in the fuck is any of this going? Brandy, man, pulling out that black card this week. She wanted to be black this week. Just like last time when they did a promo with her and Jade. Look how that went. So I don't know whether to say if it was a good promo from Brandy or this is a bad promo. But I've already said it was bad, so why are we making decisions here? But hey, y'all decide on that. Next, Thunder Rosa coming out there dressed as, I wouldn't say Wolverine, but most likely X-23. And when that went against Jade Cargill. At first, I was going to say Wolverine versus Storm for a second there. But this match, listen, obviously Thunder Rosa had to carry this match. It was, honestly, I know it's a tournament title match, and honestly, I already knew Jade was going to win anyways, but this was not really a good match. We know Thunder Rosa most likely, like I said, carried this match. Jade is still kind of green at the end of the day, so you know, it's one of those, you see what you get right here, okay? So Jade ain't even there all the way yet. But it ended up with some masked person coming out, hitting Thunder Rosa in the back of the head with some glass that looked like Cargo hit her finisher. Um, Thunder Rosa basically tried to take out Jade Cargill then. Next thing you know, this masked person was Mercedes Martinez. Nobody in that crowd knew who the fuck Mercedes Martinez was, but Ruby Soho came out for the save then. So I don't know if Mercedes is actually signed with them or is she on some freelance thing. I know Mercedes has been around, showing up in either indie shows. I know she showed up in Impact at one point, going against Mickey James not that long ago. Probably could have been a better match, or maybe the feud could have been better than the match itself. But I don't know if she's actually signed, so we'll see what happens with Mercedes Martinez. But Jade, I'm not surprised they're winning. Don't be surprised if she wins the whole thing next week. So I've already said this damn tournament damn near has been designed for her to win. But when you think about it, like, come on, I figured she was gonna win anyways. Just looking, come on, Jade just has a unique look than a lot of the other women, so they want to push her for the belt. Still green though. And then again, with Thunder Rosa actually being attacked, I actually thought it would have been Britt Baker. That's who I thought it was gonna be attacking Thunder Rosa and not Mercedes Martinez. So that was like a left field. I didn't really see coming. That was the farthest from my mind of not Thunder Rosa, of Mercedes Martinez being the one to attack Thunder Rosa. So I didn't really see that coming. But CM Punk though was next to cut a promo. Had a fresh new haircut, I see. Basically say, it's awesome to have JR back in the booth. And, he says he's one of the best to ever do it. He's all about giving people their flowers while they deserve it now. And that Daly's place, has been a home to AEW, and he's never been here before. And, he want to talk about Brody Lee and the tribute they did for him basically around this time last year. I think it was like tomorrow would have been, 1 year ago since they did that, tribute episode to Brody Lee. And anybody said that minimized his contributions, never met him. He talked about MJF then, basically saying he's a Twitter troll and whatnot in the flesh. He's a keyboard warrior. And, MJF said he's done with him. And Punk said he's fine with that. Weren't you chasing him around the building last week, though? And he's looking on the bigger and better things. Punk said, MJF is thinking about gold and stuff. And JR said, if you don't want a title match, then you shouldn't be here. And Punk says he wants gold, too. Okay? And he said MJF is a waste of money. Then Tim Tebow, Punk basically said, he didn't want to beef with MJF, but he found out, on this microphone, in this ring, and even on commentary, nobody can touch me. Well, hey, taking a little, hey, I know that callback. Pipe Bomb promo, 2011. I'm sure everybody knows that. And, he said it'd be a shame if someone interfered with MJF's quest for gold. So, obviously, Punk is going to get back involved with MJF, screwing him out of some type of title match sooner or later. So, get ready for that. Ricky Starks and Hobbs were in the back. Talking about they're going to get Dante Martin. So, we'll see what happens from there. Brian Pillman Jr. was out there cutting a promo. Talking about Griff Garrison saying, you took a cheap shot at his brother last week. And now, he's a second generation. He's going to start here. And that's where he got started in Jacksonville over a year ago. And he didn't know his father, Brian Pillman Sr., and the kind of man he was. But if you learned one thing, it's like you only get one life and whatnot. And he said he was going to give Malachi Black his. And he challenged him for next week. Basically, the lights went out, Black appeared, and then the lights went on, and you could see Malachi Black leaving. So the lights came on a little bit too early. You could see him just walking away and whatnot. Good promo by Pillman Jr., though. He did show some good fire out there. Pillman Jr.'s promos have been up and down here. This is one of the good ones, actually showing some fire. So, that wasn't bad. I know they went over the card for Rampage this Friday. Darby and what was it, Darby and Anthony Bowens. I don't know why we need to see another bunny, Penelope Ford versus Tay Conti and Anna Jay. This time, folks, it's a motherfucking street fight. Why do I need to see this match again? That feud has gone on forever and in no sight of ending. But in the main event, though, we did get, I guess I should say the Undisputed Era, or just Adam Cole and Red Dragon. But then again, I'm just gonna call them the Undisputed Era right now until they come up with some other team name. So the Undisputed, not Undisputed Era, or the artist formerly known as the Undisputed Era, basically went against the best friends out there and whatnot. I felt like I was watching a Ring of Honor match at this point. Listen, the main event itself, it wasn't bad, and I get the story they were telling because O'Reilly ended up kicking Cole in the face, and the Bucks come out and they both super kick the best friends, and Red Dragon ended up chasing the dragon in on a Chuck Taylor for the win. And then right after, the Bucks are looking at Red Dragon and Cole's looking like, whose side is Cole on? What's going on here and stuff? Listen, this match was all over the place and whatnot, okay? Even like I said, me and my Coles, we kind of was talking about earlier, and, you know, he knew the story, what was behind it and stuff, because I was like, do we really need an interference in this? But like I said, from the story wise, okay. But just from people interfering, everybody's on the outside. It's almost even hard. It looked like a tornado tag, okay? The match was all over the place. It looked like a tornado tag. You couldn't even tell who the legal man was at one point because everybody's just going in and out, in and out, in and out. That I lost track who was the legal man, okay? I really did. So, the match was literally all over the place. It really was. But, Undisputed Era end up getting the win right here. And, we're arguing, who's going to, I think it's Cole with the Bucks. It's Cole with the Era or Red Dragon. I don't even know. Too many team names right now. Okay? But, especially after what we saw from last week with O'Reilly debuting and all that other stuff. I'm surprised even almost this match even went as long. Then again, at the same time, I already said from last week, I don't think Cole needed to do a fucking 20-minute match with Orange Cassidy last week. That didn't make a lot of sense. But this tag was just to eat up the rest of TV. Honestly, this was a mid-level episode of Dynamite, and it wasn't really a good way to go out with a bang on TNT since it's your last show on TNT before y'all go to TBS next week. The only really good things I could think of out of this whole show is probably the Punk promo in a way, and even the main event. Other than that, it was just too many tag matches. It was nice to see Mercedes Martinez, but nobody knew who the fuck she was. JR being back was good. Like I already said, too many tag team matches. That Dan Lambert, Brandy Rhodes promo was god fucking awful. Just was funny, but god awful at the same time. It was just wasn't that big of a show. It was a mid-level show. Like I said, back in Jacksonville again, it's whatever. But this was not that great of a show, okay? It really wasn't. Mid-level at best. So, it had its up and downs, but it looked like it was never getting up to the highlight. And it damn near took almost an hour and 30 minutes to even get to a highlight of this show. Alright? So, other than that, I'm out of here. Comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at HoodedKnight890. Peace. You already know how this goes. So, yeah, I'm out of here. Done.